What I'm about to describe is something almost no golfer will ever admit it loud. So we can be properly honest here. And here it is. You need the people you play with to see that you know golf, that you understand the game deeply, perhaps better than they do. And when the shot goes wrong, or the whole round goes wrong, whether it was your fault or not, you feel this urgent little need to explain it straight away, to name exactly what happened out loud. The lie was sitting down, I read the wind wrong there, and the rule, by the way, is ridiculous. Because if you can explain it, then everybody still knows you understand the game. You did not just miss, you missed for a reason, and you were sharp enough to name it. You know, I believe you probably know golf better than most people you play with. That part, I believe, might be completely true. But by the end of this video, you are going to see why that very need to prove it shot after shot is the exact thing stopping your scores from ever showing it. So let me say it clearly. This is a pattern and happens a lot to golfers who knows a lot about the sport. It has a name. We call it the approval-seeking golfer. And it quietly traps some of the most knowledgeable players on the course. Now, before we go, remember, nobody is listening. It is just us. It's just you and me. If you recognize this need to explain yourself out there, comment approval seeking. Comment below. Be honest. Takes a big golfer to admit this one, okay? You are in very good company. Let us look at what this actually feels like. If you are an approval-seeking golfer, you may feel the instant after a bad shot an immediate pull to say why it happened. You may feel yourself narrowing your own round, like a commentator, analyzing every result out loud. You may feel drawn to philosophize about every little moment and about every rule you happen to disagree with. And here is a big one. See if you resonate with this. You may feel all this most strongly in front of people whose opinion you respect the most. With a total beginner, no problem, we are relaxed. But put you in front of a golfer you admire and the need to prove yourself goes through the roof. Now, stay with me, because this is not arrogance and this is not ego in some ugly way. Not at all. It almost always comes from caring. You love this game. You have put in the hours. You understand it. And of course, you want that to be seen. That is deeply, completely human. The trouble is only that it switches on at the worst possible moment while you are trying to play. So today I'm going to give you 3 things that explain all of this and let your real game finally do the talking. Stay with me until the end, because they are built toward one simple idea. To start explaining it, please picture a golf tournament on the television. In every single shot, there are 2 people involved. There is the player down on the course who just plays or should just play, and there is the commentator up in the booth who explains, who analyzes the lie, the win, decision, the rule. Now, both jobs are valuable, but notice this, they are 2 different people. They should be 2 different people in 2 different places, and that is no accident. You cannot commentate on a shot and play it well at the very same moment. The board and the course are separated for a reason. And here is what you have done without realizing it. You have walked onto the course carrying a commentator's microphone. And the moment anything goes wrong, you lift it to your mouth and start explaining to your little gallery, your friends, what just happened and why. But here is the problem. You are also the player. So while one half of you is trying to hit the next shot, the other half is up in the booth talking. And the player half never gets your full attention. And this is why it quietly wrecks your golf. When you are busy proving that you understand the game, the thing actually gripping the club is not your skill anymore. It is your worry about what they, your partners, are thinking. That worry is holding the club. That worry is shooting the shot for you. And worry has never once hit a good golf shot in the entire history of the game. So you, a golfer who honestly know more than most, keep handing the club to the most nervous, least skillful part of yourself. No wonder the scores never match the knowledge. So the first thing is this: you are trying to be the commentator and the player at once, at the same time. And the commentator keeps shoving the player off the ball. Now, let me give you the second thing, and you may have felt this without ever naming it, and it's going to be great to acknowledge when it happens to you on the course. And this gets worse, not better, in front of the people you respect most. Think about this. With a beginner, you lose and free, but stand you in front of a golfer you admire, someone whose opinion genuinely matters to you, and that's it, the microphone gets heavier. The need to prove yourself gets louder. And so, cruelly, you end up playing your worst golf in front of exactly the people you most wanted to impress. The respect you feel for them turns instantly into pressure on you. So the second thing I want to tell you is this: the more the audience matters to you, the louder the commentator gets, and the further your real game slips away, precisely when you want it most. And if you know that, you need to apply a routine for that moment. You know it's going to happen. Now understand this, I'm not going to tell you to deny this part of yourself. It's part of who you are as a golfer. The analysis, the explaining, the strong opinions about the rules, that is part of who you are. And honestly, a lot of it is good. It means you love the game and you know a lot about that. It comes from really knowing golf. So I'm not asking you to deny it. I'm asking you to delay it. Delay, not deny. You are, of course, allowed to think it. You are allowed to say it. You are allowed to philosophize about that rule you cannot stand and explain in detail exactly why that approach came up short. Just not now, not during the round, because there is a perfect place for all of it. It is called Clubhouse. The commentary booth opens after the 18th hole, not during it. So the third thing is this: your knowledge is totally welcome. Your commentary is welcome, just at the right time. Delay it, do not deny it. Now, here's the tool I recommend. The moment you feel the explanation building, the moment you are about to justify a shot, or analyze a miss, or starting on a rule you disagree with, you catch it and you put it on standby. Not in the bin, on standby. you say to yourself quietly, note it, and we will get to it in the clubhouse. And then you give that attention straight back to the only thing that matters out here, the next shot. That small act, parking the commentary, is a routine. And like any routine, it has to be built for you around your own triggers, the exact moment you most want to explain yourself. This is exactly what we built inside our program. Our golfers use the workbook and the audios to design the routine they need. In this case, the routine they need is a routine that parks the justifying and brings them back to the shot. You can absolutely build it on your own, and there is real magic in working it out for yourself. But if you would rather be guided, that is exactly what the framework is there for. And to trigger it, use this one question inside your routine. The instant you feel that need to prove what you know, you ask it. You ask it inside your mind quietly and slowly. Does this need saying now, or does it belong in the clubhouse? Because almost every single time the honest answer is, of course, in the clubhouse. And the moment you park it, the worried commentator goes quiet, and the player, the one who actually knows this game, finally gets to pick up the club. So let me say this: if you keep finishing rounds having explained every mistake beautifully and scored nowhere near the level you know you have, the answer is not to learn even more about golf. You already know plenty. The answer is to stop all of that knowledge from grabbing the club at the wrong moment and to let your game speak for you instead of your commentary. That is exactly what we build inside the Mental Golf Accelerator. We build a simple step-by-step framework to find where your concentration breaks and to build the routine you need. In this case, you need the routine that parks the explaining and hands the club back to the player. There is a free lesson to get you started. The registration is quick and easy, and the link is below. No pressure, just have a look if it feels useful to you. So what happens next? We have spent this whole video on the danger that comes after a bad shot. That danger is the need to explain it. But for some golfers, the damage comes after a good one. And that is exactly what I want to cover in the next video. So tell me in the comments, which is more your pattern? Explaining every mistake to prove what you know, or drifting out of focus right after a good shot? I read all your answers and they help me know which one to make next. And if you want more content like this, please do subscribe, like the video and leave a comment with your type of golfer. It really helps me know which pattern to cover for you. I am Sonia with Fairway Focus, and I will see you in the next video. That was the approval seeking golfer, and please remember this on the course: you do know golf. That was never in doubt. So put the microphone down on the course, save the commentary for the clubhouse, and let the player take the shot. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.